wait to go to court and know what's really going on. They understand what's going on. They understand what's going on in the courts. They have a bigger picture of what's going on. They want to protect their future, and they're not afraid. It's because of you out there that have participated in the construction of the digital environment and the virtual economy that you've got yourself in this situation. If you did not read some of the stuff that I have mentioned to you about the possibility of going to court or think that that's an impossible situation, you have lied to yourself. Nobody else, just you. You got yourself in a situation. Part of this program is to liberate your spirit and open your mind and get you thinking in a new pattern which liberates you into a better place. That's the whole point. If those of you that are paranoid and freaked out of going to a courtroom, you need to figure out where that's coming from and why you do not have the courage to stand up. Because right now we're in the end. This is the end of the U.S. Sorry to tell you that if it sounds negative. It's over for the U.S. and the dollar, and everybody knows we're going through radical changes. Other parts of the world seem to be more briefed on the people that actually live here. I was just in international waters, two different countries, and they know exactly what's going on. There's no gray area there. But for some reason in this country, the discontinuity in the thinking and the belief that this could actually be happening here because we've been spoiled for so long, it's still wide open, and people have no idea what's really at stake here. So again, you are the problem because you are in the state of consciousness that has put you into this alleged debt because you did not look. And granted, I know it was a trick used against you for all of you, and none of you, every time I ask somebody that I speak to about this credit card situation, how they got into the situation, none of them read the contracts. They don't even understand them. So if you're going to point the finger at somebody, point the finger at yourself, because this is about you and reconstructing your future. That's all it's about. All I am here to do is to help you reconstruct that through the legal means and also through your own education, so you have the availability and access to alternative education that I've brought to you about what's going to happen in your probable future and how to protect it in your family. You were never supposed to be here and become a slave. All of you that have gotten used to it for so long, the reason why that we are in the mess that we're in is because the public did not stand up and do anything. So it's our fault. Not your fault, not my fault, it's our fault. We are in all of this together. Everybody is. So I want to make sure that you should be considering all that. Now, I got a couple flash messages I want to go ahead and address that have come from hi, Kathy. Hello, how are you? I'm in Mesa. Okay. Right. Yeah, okay. And this is a message that says, forgive me if I didn't hear part of this, but didn't you drop a bombshell on us before you left concerning the forced H1N1 injections and the branding of innocence? Are you speaking with regard to this? I'll get to that in just a second. And she also addressed, should we be buying gold instead of hiding cash? The answer to that would be, if it were me, yes. I would, if I were in the position, I would be buying silver, gold, palladium, and keeping some cash, but not putting a big stash of it in one place. If you put yourself in precious metals and technology, it's a much placer to have those as assets than dollars right now. I mean, coming back from international countries, every dollar that is in Peru and in other parts of South America is checked by management of a place where they're doing commerce because they think it's all a counterfeit. I mean, it is called a counterfeit because it's printed and worthless of nothing, but they're still checking for counterfeit because they know that the dollar is absolutely worth nothing, even though you exchange it at the airport and other places for other medium of exchange. They're expecting that they know, because all the police and authority figures running down there are expecting that all the dollars right now that are in existence are counterfeit, and they should, because while I was down there, I found out that one of the military personnel that came to meet me in the country of Purdue was working in Iraq, and apparently our own U.S. government had given to foreign powers the printing presses of money. So we owed so much money of this alleged debt that's been created that a printing press was given to another country so they could print their own dollars. And of course, those are circulating all over the world. And now you can see how far and deep this goes. This came from a very, very reliable source that it was stationed there for 3 years and knew about it, and told me this. And I said, I have to say this and get this to my audience because they deserve to know this, because you've been had, and you've been had really bad. Now, let me just go to this issue regarding the H1N1 injections. Yes, this is still going on. Yes, other countries are declaring it to people be forced to do this particular issue. I was out of the country, so I am currently waiting for my incoming assets that I know posed at different places to tell me what's going on. But before I left, I was sent a very disturbing story about what's going on in the Canadian part of the world and the American Indian population, where thousands of body bags were being sent to those areas and tribes because of the termination via this particular vaccination that is going on. And then I had that story verified by somebody that I know too, very close to me, is going on. So is this going on? Yes, it is going on. We are in the end game here, everybody. So you should not be expecting that anything on television or mainstream outlets are going to be giving you the truth about what's going on. I've told you from the very, very beginning that media and the media ecological response to your participation in it, most of it is formed by the intelligence agencies for larger political purposes, because they know there's a discontinuity in the thinking process from the hemispheres and left and right brain, hence all the symptoms that I talk about with the Android meme and the digital environment that we live in. So let me backtrack just a second, so I wanted to address those two things. For those of you that are concerned about getting sued, if you're going to get sued and you join the CMS program, it is a possibility. I've always made it my contention to give everybody full disclosure, because you deserve it after everything that you've gone through. You should deserve it. And if you get freaked out by the possibility of getting sued, this is where the real crux of the matter is. Are you going to continue being a slave, or are you going to stand up and fight the way you were told in a court of law and assert yourself? Because that's what really this whole thing is about. Nobody's asserted themselves to do anything with anybody in terms of what has happened to the hijacking of our country and the rest of the world. It's you are victimized yourself. So you need to look in the mirror and say, do I have the guts to be able to handle this? Do I want to learn it? Is it worth me learning this stuff to do it and to go into court? If it even comes to that, it may not even happen for that. For some people, I know that they have been sued and they don't care, because they know what's going on. And that's really what you need to find out here. If you weren't afraid, this whole country and the landscape and the economic situation would be completely different. But it's because most of you have no self-esteem, which is why you get into alleged credit card debt in the first place. And it's basically programmed into your central nervous system, hence the advertising and all the stuff that I've mentioned for all the whole time I've ever been on the radio. It's your self-esteem that determines your destiny in relations to your financial matters. So for those of you that get bent out of shape because you happen to get sued or may get sued or get a letter from a threatening law firm, you need to take a look at yourself. Well, wait a minute, how did I get myself into this situation, and what is the answer for me getting out of the situation? The answer is you. You have the answers inside of you. I provide a tool for you to do that. That's what I'm here to do. It's the only thing I'm here to do. And obviously it's to initiate new technologies into our environments, which I've been doing quietly. So you really always stop expecting everybody to hold your hand through this change. Everything is going to be very, very different a couple years from now. Very different. And you need to be prepping for that now. Now, you need to be doing your own homework on it. You need to be doing your own research on it. You need to be preparing yourself. Stop relying on me or anybody else to give you the answer. I can provide for you forums and educational tools for you to investigate yourself. But I know the game plan for media and what it is. Marshall McLuhan was right. Anything can be faked in media. Anything. Anything can be set up. Just as when you were to watch a magician do a great trick in front of you, you believe it because you can't see how it was done, and it's an illusion. You're living under a massive illusion right now. I cannot tell you, from people that I know that work on the inside in the intelligence agencies, how well they manipulate you. And you fall for everything. You don't even realize what is going on a much larger scale, because it's way beyond your belief systems that you have initially installed inside of you, and it's easy to maintain secrets. Even though most of all the secrets are coming out, most of you aren't even paying attention because you just count them off as distraction. They may not be even real at all. So all of that is affecting your decision-making process, and all of you are trying to connect and maintain an identity or create an identity under digital circumstances, which is affecting your behavior in a financial ways as well. So keep all of that in mind.